Everybody loves amusement parks. The amusement parks are magical places where everyone has fun and has the perfect opportunity to relax and get an adrenaline kick. You may like roller coasters, however, these magical places are not without their flaws. Now, let's take a look at the top 20 most horrific amusement park disasters. Kings Island. The infamous Kings Island is also considered a haunted amusement park. The facility in Mason, Ohio, took 4 people's lives in one day, including 3 visitors and an employee. First, one of the visitors fell into a pond in the park. His 20-year-old buddy and the 20-year-old employee tried to save the unfortunate man. As a result, all 3 received a fatal electric shock. Just an hour later, another accident occurred in the same park. A 32-year-old woman fell out of one of the most extreme attractions in the park and crashed to her death. Since then, the park is said to be haunted. Visitors have repeatedly seen a ghost girl in a blue dress and other strange visitors from the other side. These stories have become so popular that Sci-Fi TV dedicated an episode of the documentary series Ghostbusters. Lagoon. Lagoon in Farmington, Utah, entered the list of deadly amusement parks in 1989. Despite being one of the slowest and safest attractions in the park, Puff, Little Fire Dragon, took the life of a 6-year-old boy. The boy slipped out of his seatbelts and through the tracks. When he tried to climb back up, the same carriage came back and hit him on the head, causing the child's death. Oakwood Theme Park. The Oakwood theme park accident occurred in April 2004 when 16-year-old Hayley Williams and her family rode a water slide. They fell out of a cart from a height of 30 meters, suffering life-altering injuries. An investigation into the tragedy revealed that the park staff regularly ignored checking the bindings and seatbelts of visitors before the launch of the ride, resulting in the Oakwood administration being fined £250,000 negligence. After the incident, the ride was closed for a year. LOUDOUN Castle. In July 2007, an 18-year-old employee of the park was crushed to death after falling from a height of 24 meters in the amusement park LOUDOUN Castle. He was reportedly in the park on his day off when he saw that one of the carriages of the amusement park was stuck. He climbed up to fix the car and was dragged to the highest point of the slide, where he could no longer hold on and fell. Expoland. Expoland was located on the outskirts of Gyeonggi-do in South Korea and existed for several months. Unfortunately, the facility is on the list of abandoned amusement parks after 2 fatal accidents. During the last tragedy, a duck carousel turned over and a little girl was thrown out of it. Soon after that, the manager of Expoland disappeared mysteriously without any trace, and the park was officially closed. The scene of the horrific crash has remained intact until today. In 2011, the rides were dismantled and the land was put up for sale, but there was never a buyer. Action Park. Action Park in Vernon, New Jersey experienced several accidents over a short period of time. The causes of the tragedies were the terrible technical conditions of the amusement rides, clutter-free employees, and a complete lack of management control. 6 people have died in the history of the park. 1 died of an electric shock, the second suffered a heart attack, 3 drowned, and another died after his cart went off the rails. There are also dozens of injured visitors to the park. Due to the numerous health claims, Action Park was closed, then renamed Mountain Creek, and reopened after it was provided with adequate security and responsible staff. Fujin Raijin II. In May 2007, the Expoland amusement park in Osaka, Japan became one of the worst amusement park accidents in history. 6 Fujin Raijin II carriages went off the track and collided with a road fence after one of the car's axles broke. 1 woman died and 19 other people were severely injured and almost died in the accident. According to Expoland's operator, a broken wheel axle was responsible for the tragic accident. The problem might have been caught during the ride's annual maintenance, but these repairs didn't happen in 2007. The park claimed it didn't have enough workspace to disassemble and inspect the cars. Expoland closed in 2009. Six Flags Over Georgia. This attraction was one of the most popular in the entertainment complex Six Flags in Georgia. However, in 2008, 17-year-old Ashley Elisha Ferguson died there. He lost his hat while riding and went straight to the rails to get it. At that very moment, the boy was hit by a train that was running on the tracks at 80 kilometers an hour. Ashley was the second victim of the ride. 6 years earlier, the park gardener had died in the same way. Magic Harbor. Once a thriving amusement park and popular holiday destination in South Carolina, Magic Harbor was the place where a horrible amusement park accident struck in 1983. A 13-year-old girl was almost decapitated after standing in the trailer of the Black Witch attraction. Soon after her death, the park was closed entirely. Coney Island. Built in 1927, the Cyclone experienced one of the worst amusement park ride accidents in the United States. To date, 3 people have died on this slide. In May 1985, a 29-year-old man died after standing up and hitting his head on a bar. Just 3 years later, a 26-year-old man died after falling off the Cyclone. And in July 2007, a 53-year-old man broke his neck while riding and died in hospital a few days later. Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom. California's Six Flags Magic Mountain theme park housed the Superman Tower of Power slide. The essence of the entertainment was that the visitors soared on their backs up to the height of a 41-floor house at a speed of 160 kilometers an hour, and then free fall down. The tower was a huge success until the ride crippled 13-year-old Caitlin Lassiter on June 21, 2007. During Caitlin's flight, one of the cables broke off and wrapped around the girl's neck and legs. She managed to free her neck, but not her legs, and at the lowest point of the flight, they were literally torn off. The doctors only managed to save Caitlin's left leg. After this incident, the Superman Tower of Power was dismantled. Galaxyland. The colossal 3-hole internal roller coaster Hallucinogen is also part of one of the creepiest amusement parks with significant accidents. In June 1984, the missing shutters in the last carriage wheel caused the entire train to go off the rails. The previous wagon started to wiggle heavily, encountering supporting structures and throwing passengers against a concrete column. 3 people from this car died. East Overseas Chinese Town. Space Journey, located in an amusement park in Shenzhen, was an attraction in which carriages were spinning inside a spherical screen showing space movies. One day, one of the cars unhooked and the whole dome began to move randomly, and a fire started inside the attraction. At the time, there were 40 people inside. 6 of them died and 10 people were seriously injured. Gulliver's World Theme Park. In July 2002, a 15-year-old girl with Down syndrome died after she got out of her chair and fell off the Ferris wheel at Gulliver's Amusement Park in England. The investigation revealed that she wanted to share a stall with her mother, but the park staff refused, saying that her mother was too big and needed a separate stall. LEGOLAND, BILLUND. On April 29, 2007, a 21-year-old employee of the Danish amusement park died in a so-called roller coaster accident. The girl was hit by one of the ride carts and died on the spot. According to the preliminary report, she jumped over the fence to pick up a wallet that fell out of the pocket of one of the visitors on the ride. The ride was closed for a short time, but was soon reopened and is still working. Six Flags Magic Mountain. One of the tallest and fastest roller coasters in the world, the Colossus caused the death of a 20-year-old girl in 1978 when she fell out of the trailer. The bar was fixed correctly, but because of the girl's obesity, it was ineffective. This accident caused the ride to close for 1 year until the carriages were rebuilt. Bell's Amusement Park. One of Bell's leading amusement park attractions in Oklahoma, Wildcat, was the site of a fatal accident in April 1997. This amusement park gone wrong accident occurred when a breakage caused a car that was almost at the top of the slide to roll back and collide with another vehicle. A 14-year-old boy died and 6 people were injured in the accident. TERRA, MITICA. Even though today the safety measures in the amusement park industry have significantly improved, theme park disasters still continue to happen. In July 2014, an 18-year-old boy from Iceland was thrown out of his seat in the TERRA MITICA amusement park in Spain. The unlucky guy died in an ambulance shortly after the accident. An investigation showed that the boy's seatbelts were unbuckled, but the reason was never established. RONDE. On July 6, 2012, the vampire roller coaster at RONDE amusement park caused the death of a 67-year-old park employee who was found under an amusement park ride in a restricted area. Representatives of the park said the employee was hit in the head by one of the carriages on the amusement park. The man was already dead when he was found. PRIPYAT Amusement Park. The amusement park in Pripyat, like the city itself, is often considered one of the scariest amusement parks in the world. The facility was abandoned after the Chernobyl nuclear power accident in 1986. For over 30 years, this place has been under the full power of nature. Amusement rides, buildings, cars, and other objects were gradually destroyed and covered with vegetation. Bad or not, given the events, in the minds of many people, Pripyat and the amusement park have become iconic places. Some adventurers even dare to visit the city. The most famous object in the park is the Ferris wheel, which later became one of the symbols of both Pripyat and the Chernobyl exclusion zone as a whole. The wheel never worked. It was supposed to be put into operation on May 1, 1986, but 5 days before the attraction was put into operation, the accident at the Chernobyl nuclear power occurred. According to research done between 1990 and 2010, more than 92,000 children were injured in amusement ride-related incidents. That's an average of more than 4,000 injuries per year. No matter how you look at it, these accidents have tarnished the reputation of amusement parks. Which one of these accidents do you think is the worst? Tell us about other cases that you know in the comments section below. Like always, if you enjoyed it, be sure to give us a big thumbs up and leave us some love in the comments section. To keep up to date with all of our awesome videos, be sure to hit subscribe and turn your notifications on to never miss a thing. Until next time, do take good care of yourself.